welcome to the Metagame Minute, your once weekly follow-up to Chaotic Amateurs Talk Show. Mm-hmm. We're going in new horn order, starting with Milo, Mr. Ball. So yeah, we got to take down that evil wizard, and then we get to talk to a good wizard, which is like, that's a game of D&D to me. What's Ball thinking with this newfound magics, with some of these things that we have to explore?
I was really confused through like a large portion of that. I thought a lot of stuff was open that I guess it wasn't open. Like I thought that he was able to pull away the doors.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Through them.
I think the physical doors, like the rest of the doors.
The ones that were locked and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with the information yet. Hopefully, I figure something out. But I spent most of the time just going, God, I really wish we could just go investigate that room with all of the journals and shit.
I just couldn't pass up an opportunity to talk to a cool skull wizard. So
true.
All right. Telbrun, Scory, Mr. Work.
Yeah.
So you were the Hand of Cord along with me, Wake and Bake.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that rake and bake because it's a rake attack with the hand, bake with the flame.
I like that. I like that better. Much better, actually.
I kind of went wake because the hand awakens from the ground. And it's like a reference to,
it's a woke hand. The hand's an ally, I tell you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I have a question to the group. Don't you get your spell slots back after a short rest?
Only warlocks.
Because what I'm reading, it says you regain all expended spell slots when you finish a short or long rest. Short rest is a period of downtime of at least 1 hour long, during which character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
Oh, well, maybe druids do too.
No, it's your full spell slots come back on a long rest.
Okay.
You Scory, I get some back on a short rest.
Okay. To be honest, though, it was worth it for Scory. Like, he would have burnt all his spell slots, easily to catch a glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a highlight for me.
And that was predicated on a roll to see if the ship would be there, and it was a natural 20. So I'm like, yeah, the ship's definitely there.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Yeah, all that stuff, like everybody kind of seeing what they wanted to see, where they're from or checking in on things. I love that. I think that's cool because you really get a glimpse into the motivations of each character. So it was kind of cool to see what everybody was thinking of, the people that did. Like the monastery.
And yeah, it is. I guess it is druids, wizards, and warlocks that recover spells on short rest. I just thought it was a warlock thing, but it makes sense that it's like the trained casters in a way, not sorcerers.
Druids and wizards get the arcane recovery, and then
boost that. Essentially,
yeah. The druids have something basically similar.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Now we're learning here on Metagame Minute. What else is it for? For me. Y'all heard me talking about it. I really like talking to this watery wizard guy. Like the image that Alex that painted when we put the skull in the water, which I honestly thought would not do anything. So I was really pleased when something really awesome happened. Just the image he painted with like this water kind of forming like a thin skin, like a visage of skin over the skull and all that. Like I thought that was so badass. Like it's so like hardcore fantasy. I love it. And then being able to tap into this like being's knowledge, even though, he nerfed a little bit. He's confused. He's a little bit of amnesia. Arthur's hoping like there's got to be a way that we can tap into those memories or unlock those or take this guy with us. Like, I also love the idea of like
having Warforge is dope.
That was a fucking
badass
idea. That was a badass idea. And I take all the credit for that, honestly. No one else came up with that. No one could have even been smart enough at all. No, I'm kidding. It was all Dash. I'm just kidding. Obviously, you guys heard it. But I love the idea, too, of having, like, this tower base. Like, part of me, I just wish we could, like, magically connect, like, the chateau with this tower so we could, like, just be able to seamlessly go back and forth and do all that. And
some more levels.
And I don't want to leave the tower abandoned, but I don't want to leave the skull here just in case he's not in a condition to like defend it and do all that type of stuff. Like, there's just so much. But yeah, hopefully these books and stuff that reveal some things. Riff, you were the one that kind of triggered this pool, which I thought was pretty cool, thinking about your old monastery and stuff like that. What's Riff doing with some of this knowledge that we uncovered? And also, good job in the fight.
Thanks, Rhett. As far as everything going on here, Riff with the glyphs on the skull, and I didn't want to interrupt because you guys were having your 21 questions session with this person. I was with Mr. Wolf or Mr. Ball almost the entire time, but I didn't want to split the party again. But if it was just Riff, I would have been like, I'm going to go down and look at all that crap in the other rooms, because I honestly didn't think we were going to get much out of this guy after I asked him a couple questions. And I was like, all of his answers seem like, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like the generalization of they're kind of like, well, here's some info, but in general, you're not learning. And I think that you guys are all like slots players. You're like, the next one's the one that's going to fucking hit and fucking pay out or whatever.
Just prodding until something comes out.
Well, see, there are like the two types of gamers in a way, where it's like you go through and you've played enough games and you go, oh, okay, that's how that works in this video game, and you move on. But then there's the other gamers that are like, well, that didn't work, but what if I do this? That didn't work. What if I do this? That didn't work. What do I? And you're the type of player, you go through like every conversation like tree in a game. Like you're playing Baldur's Gate and you're just like, I got to ask every single question, do every single line of dialogue. That didn't work. Quick load, go back through it in a different order.
Yeah,
quick load, go back through it in a
that
different
sounds
order.
super fucking boring, and I hate all that. And so that's why I didn't say anything for like 25 minutes, because I was like, Riff is just
fine. I mean,
Riff is just going to
used to it at this point.
Yeah, and especially when there's somebody with information in the game. But I'm definitely with Mr. Ball, and I want to like explore like all of the knowledge, because Riff is on a thing where she's got the skull glyphs, she's got the glyphs from like the circlet, she's got glyphs from like some of the rubbings that she's done at like the other tower that we were at, and she's got some of the glyphs from the Warforged and the books and the stuff that from our Tinkerer friend back in town. And she's like, the second you guys started talking, she sat down crisscross applesauce and pulled out her book and started kind of like cross-referencing and trying to like figure out if it's a similar language, if it's something, if it's a really big language, and she's trying to find patterns and that sort of stuff. And then also trying to sort of like, with that sort of astral projectional realm, from the hold in season 4, and then like the sort of thing we just experienced here in the tower. She's trying to put it all together, like how it all works. And then also initially when she was doing the stuff with Mr. Ball, like looking through the water, she's trying to figure out how the wizards were doing the stuff that they're doing so she can essentially like counteract it. Because she's not the most powerful person, but she's super smart. And so she's like, if I can figure this out, then I can give it to people that can like put power into it and hopefully maybe like figure out the sort of interdimensional thread that's going on here, because I think it's all kind of part of the same ballpark. We're just sort of getting the what is it Trivial Pursuit, where you get the different little pieces of the pie that are different. Yeah, so it's like she's kind of trying to put it all together, because in my mind, in Riff's mind, it's all kind of like playing in the same field. We just haven't connected the dots yet.
Yeah,
and thank you. I did kick butt.
Oh yeah, you did great. Wolf.
Yo, what up, dude?
Without Wolf's desire to take risks and experiment and take one for the team, we might have, skipped 25 minutes of just talking, like Riff was just saying. So I guess that we ought to thank you for taking the risk and going in the pool and putting
that was super cool
and all that.
And at this point, especially now that Wolf realizes that Cord clearly is smiling upon him, and nothing's bad going to happen to him because he's always looking out for him. So of course he's going to do anything. He'll jump in a pool of water. Of course, it's not going to hurt me. Cord's got me. I
did a horrible job getting that joke across, but I was like, yes, your God did do all of that. Wolf, your God.
No, we all got it.
Yeah, we got it, yeah.
But nobody laughed, so I thought maybe I didn't do a good enough job explaining it.
That's not why we didn't laugh.
That's not why we didn't laugh.
Yeah. Let me explain.
No, I'm going to work on this.
That's not why people aren't laughing.
When Milo roasts you, you know it was bad.
See, the thing about comedy is...
Yeah, and so, Wolf's just going to jump in, both feet. I mean, he normally does, obviously, being a barbarian and a soldier, he'll jump into the fray, but now even outside of battle, with, like, putting, like, drawing the runes on his back, like, he's getting more and more just willing to take the chances. And as a player, I just like jumping in, both, feet first. And I thought that was fun. And then that was a good suggestion to be like, oh, put the skull in the water.
That scene was cool. That was really cool. Good job, Alex.
I love that.
Yeah, because like so many times you're like, oh, I wonder what this will do, and you try it, and of course, and they're like, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
But to finally like, oh, put the skull in the water, and then it's like, and it forms a person. I was like, yes, finally,
yeah,
something cool happens.
Then you had the great idea too of the Warforged body, which I feel like is going to be a whole episode in of itself where we're playing Dr. Frankenstein.
What about Chain? Is Chain too much of an identity to put the skull on there?
Jesus,
no way.
Yes, you're a monster,
bro.
Good Lord, what the fuck, man?
You guys already put
floating rock all over again.
You guys already put like that bad aura into Chain, and he just like fucking blew up basically.
Yeah. I am excited about that though, about the possibility of giving this guy like a real body. Because it's one thing to just like try and charge, a Warforged body and bring it to life, but it's another if we're putting a soul into a body, or at least the essence of a being into a body. Now it's like
we're putting a real.
We're creating vision.
We're finally giving a Warforged like a real soul, and that's really cool.
Hey,
kind of like the idea. I kind of like the idea that this spirit was like the master of this dungeon, and Alex was playing him as the dungeon master. Anyway, I thought it was fun.
So much comedy.
Oh yeah,
I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah.
All right, well, that's enough for me.
All right, cool. Alex, anything that you want to share with us before we sign off? Did we win your game? Anything in the tower we haven't explored that you thought we would
you guys almost won. The Florian kind of let you know about the one area that I thought you guys might miss. But I realized that they would have a good there would be a reason for that to show up in his memory. So that'll be interesting. Because it's something you guys kind of just passed right past, and it's like, well, if they don't, if there's no reason to go look at this, they might miss it. But
and you can just rename them to whatever you want. I mean, I just threw something out there.
Flow is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
No, the memory of his name died long ago.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks so much for listening to this week's Metagame Minute. Come back Monday, wherever you get your podcasts, for more Chaotic Amateurs. Grab your sword, keep on adventuring.